portal opened briefly today when Archangel Michael called your name. If you miss this now, it might not open again. There are moments in time when the heavens shift, not silently, but with divine purpose. Today was one of them. A cosmic fracture opened, just wide enough for your spirit to pass through. It wasn't accidental. It wasn't random. It was exact. A heavenly alignment, etched into time before you were born, was triggered today when Archangel Michael called your name aloud in the courts of glory. Your name echoed like thunder across realms, not because you were perfect, but because you are chosen. That portal wasn't opened for the crown. It was opened for you. And now, the choice is yours. Either you rise through it, or watch it seal again, possibly never to return. You didn't sense it in the natural, but something around you trembled. Your room felt off. Your thoughts suddenly shifted. Your body felt the change before your mind understood it. That's because spiritual doors don't always creak. They flash open like lightning, and they wait for no one. That's what happened today. In the spirit realm, a golden gate shimmered into being, waiting for your spirit to say yes, waiting for your heart to respond to its call. Archangel Michael didn't whisper. He didn't hint. He called boldly, firmly, by name. He saw your destiny straining to break free from the walls that people built around you. That's why he intervened. That's why the door opened. And now, even as you read this, heaven is watching to see how you respond. This isn't about being worthy. This isn't about being prepared. This is about being positioned. The enemy hoped you'd stay distracted today. The enemy hoped your heart would be too numb to feel it. But something inside of you did feel it, didn't it? A sense of urgency. A strange surge. A holy unrest. That was your spirit catching the echo of Michael's voice. That was your soul leaning toward the open gate. Don't let confusion pull you back. Don't let voices of fear talk you down. The gate is still there, but it won't be forever. What you do within the next 24 hours will shape the trajectory of the next 24 months. This isn't poetry. It's prophecy. Archangel Michael says this clearly. A portal opened briefly today when I called your name. If you miss this now, it might not open again. His voice wasn't soft. It wasn't cryptic. It was thunderous. It carried your name into the ears of heaven's guardians and marked you in a way that hell could not intercept. When your name was spoken, something ancient responded. A door, forged before the foundations of the earth, swung open because the time marked for your release had finally arrived. Michael didn't ask permission. He declared your time. And now, even the angels stand still, watching to see whether you will answer the call or turn your gaze away. The window is narrow. It is rare. And it is sacred. This message is not for the casual listener. It's for the one who knows something bigger is pulling on them. You felt stuck for too long. You sensed the cycles repeating. But today, a break in the sky formed a new possibility. That portal is not like any earthly door. It doesn't swing on hinges made by man. It responds to recognition. It only stays open when the one it was meant for recognizes the timing, the voice, the vibration of destiny in motion. When Michael called your name became a key. And when the key was turned, heaven responded. But heaven does not beg. Heaven does not knock twice. This is not a rehearsal. This is a divine moment dressed as an ordinary day. You may not feel ready. That's how destiny works. It comes to interrupt the comfortable. It comes when the atmosphere is chaotic. Because heaven wants to see if you can hear clearly in the midst of noise. That's why Michael didn't wait for the world to go silent before speaking. He spoke when things were noisy, when your mind was crowded. He spoke through the confusion, the fear, the disappointment. Because when you can hear your name through all that, you're truly ready for elevation. He said your name because he knows your capacity. He opened the portal because he sees your potential. Now, the question is, will you walk through, or will you second-guess what your spirit already confirmed? Type "I received this" in the comments if your name was called today. Lesson code 4444 is now released upon your path. Someone felt it before you did. Someone saw it in your aura, sensed it in your silence, tasted it in the spiritual wind that passed over you today. They didn't know what it was, but they felt it. A shift. That subtle trembling in the air around you. It wasn't paranoia. It was recognition. Because the moment Archangel Michael called your name, it didn't just ring in the halls of heaven. It disturbed the atmosphere around those who've been silently watching you. They can't explain it. They won't admit it. But your name caused a vibration that echoed into the hearts of those who never celebrated you but always observed you. And now they are uneasy. Now they're whispering. Now they are questioning what just changed you. They thought they had you figured out. They thought your quietness meant you had no voice. They thought your delay meant you were denied. But they never saw the private battles. They never heard the divine conversations behind the veil. When Michael spoke your name aloud in the supernatural realm, it broke an old agreement, an old atmosphere that had surrounded you for years. And that breaking caused confusion in the minds of those who were comfortable with your stagnation. You were predictable to them, manageable. They preferred the version of you that doubted. But now your atmosphere is different. Your eyes are seeing more. Your steps are moving forward. And those around you who once cheered for you quietly are now suspicious of your silence. Because your silence is changing shape. It's turning into focus. Yes, a conversation is happening behind your back. But it's not just gossip. It's a spiritual reaction to your rising. They're wondering where the shift came from. They're trying to guess what you're hiding. They've noticed something supernatural, something they can't label. They don't realize it was a portal. They don't realize it was Archangel Michael speaking your name, unlocking something beyond human explanation. They'll say she's acting different. They'll say he thinks he's better now. But what they don't say out loud is what they feel. Intimidation. Not because you're trying to be seen, but because you're no longer trying to fit into the box they built for you. Your silence is being misread. They think you're distancing yourself. They think you've changed. And they're right, you have. When portals open, identities shift. And though your feet may still be walking among the same people, your spirit is already moving toward elevation. They don't know how to interpret that. So they talk. So they speculate. So they reach for old versions of you to feel safe. But that version doesn't exist anymore. Not after today. Not after the calling. Not after the fracture in the heavens where Michael carved your name in light and opened a way that had never been opened before. And let me say this clearly. They've uncovered something, but only a fragment. They feel the heat of your calling, but not the fire that birthed it. They sense the weight of your favor, but not the crushing that made it. That's why they misunderstand. That's why their words fall short. Because the full truth of your transition is spiritual, not social. It's divine, not dramatic. And it doesn't come with announcements, it comes with movement. You're not walking through this portal to prove them wrong. You're walking through it because heaven said now. You're stepping into this realm not to silence them, but to honor what was already written about you long ago. Do not explain yourself. Do not shrink. Let the whispers increase. Let them multiply, because every misread, every doubt, every side eye is a confirmation that the portal truly did open. You were never meant to be understood by those who cannot feel the frequency of heaven. They saw the shift. They felt the gate. And they reacted. Let them. Because your focus is not on their misunderstanding. It is on your mission. And Michael's voice is louder than any of their opinions. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now activated over your life. This is not personal. This is not accidental. This is not some social fallout from a few misunderstood conversations or wounded egos. What you are experiencing, what has been stirring since the moment Archangel Michael called your name, is nothing short of spiritual warfare. This is divine in nature, sacred in timing, eternal in purpose. The tension you feel in the air is not just emotional friction. It is the friction of realms colliding. Heaven moved today. A gate opened in your favor. And that movement has stirred not just humans, but spirits. Spirits that were content with your silence. Spirits that thrived in your delay. Spirits that lose power when you awaken. You must understand this. The discomfort around you is proof that something holy is happening within you. The conflict isn't about your actions, it's about your assignment. The struggle isn't about your words, it's about your witness. The pressure isn't because you did something wrong, it's because you are about to do something right. When Michael called your name and the portal opened, every principality that had wrapped itself around your progress fell to rupture. Every force that lingered in delay, in discouragement, in doubt, suddenly began to tremble. Why? Because they realized you were no longer just surviving, you were being summoned. This is why the atmosphere feels strange. This is why sub-relationships are shifting without explanation. Because what is happening around you is being dictated by what has been declared over you. And that declaration did not come from man. It came from Michael. It came from the throne room. It came from the scroll that carries your name and purpose, now unsealed. The spiritual realm is not reacting to your plans. It is responding to your permission. Heaven saw your yes before you even spoke it. And the moment that yes aligned with divine timing, the gate responded. The spirits assigned to delay you were shaken. The forces of confusion that circled your decisions grew unstable. Why? Because your alignment is their undoing. Don't take this personally. Take it prophetically. The enemy isn't after your peace. He's after your portal. The discomfort isn't about your personality. It's about your position. This season isn't about being liked. It's about being lit. Your light has disturbed the shadows. Your calling has rattled cages. Your emergence has sparked panic in the places where your silence once kept things calm. They were fine with you until heaven called your name. They were comfortable with your presence until you started radiating purpose. That's why the friction is rising. That's why the conversations have changed. Because you have changed. Not externally, but spiritually. And the world always resists what it cannot categorize. Hear this. You are under divine protection. What was opened for you was not opened by human hands. It was activated by heaven's authority. Oh, heaven opens, no man, no spirit, no enemy can shut. You are not stepping through this gate alone. You are flanked by fire, surrounded by light, covered by the breath of God. Archangel Michael did not just speak your name, he marked it. And that mark is now blowing in realms beyond your comprehension. The enemy can see it. The atmosphere can feel it. The time of hiding is over. The time of waiting is over. This is the unveiling of what was promised. You are anointed for this. You are assigned to this. You are aligned with this. That's why the battle has intensified. But you are not alone in this battle. You are not exposed. You are escorted. Every step you take toward this open portal is guarded by the one who opened it. Michael is not just calling. He is clearing. He is moving obstacles. He is silencing accusations. He is preparing a path that no weapon can penetrate. You are stepping into divine territory, and divine territory is fiercely protected. Walk boldly. Walk with reverence. But do not walk in fear. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if this resonates with you. Blessing code 2121 is now covering you like armor. Heaven never moves without notice. But the enemy always moves in shadows. The moment Archangel Michael called your name and the portal responded, the spirits monitoring your life scrambled to react. They had grown used to your stillness. They had adjusted themselves to your dormancy. They had written you off as silent, stuck, and circling. But the call today disrupted all of that. And now, mark this carefully, something is planning to interfere. A confrontation is forming. A counterfeit connection may appear. A message may come dressed as kindness, cloaked in old familiarity, dripping with false concern. Don't fall for it. Don't engage it. It's not them. It's what's working through them. This is the moment of decision. When heaven calls your name, hell often sends a decay. Someone may try to pull you into a conversation that feels oddly timed. Your words may be light, but you'll feel the weight behind them. They may ask questions that seem harmless, but something in your spirit will say, "This isn't right." Listen to that voice. That is discernment. That is divine intelligence. That is your spiritual radar warning you that interference is near. The enemy doesn't want you to walk through the gate. He wants to delay you with distractions, detours, and emotional entanglements that look like concern but are laced with control. They may message you. Yes, they may try to draw you into a dialogue that spins confusion around your clarity. They may tell you they've had a dream about you, a feeling, a concern. But heaven says, do not answer unless I have sent them. Michael is standing guard. The gate is open. But the enemy is standing just outside, hoping you'll pause long enough for the light to dim. He's hoping you'll engage in explanation. He's hoping you'll try to justify your movement. Don't. Not now. Not when the timing is this sacred. Not when the gate is this close to sealing again. They are spreading your name with twisted facts, and you will hear of it. But hear this too, what they say will not stick. The light over your name is stronger than the lies around it. The calling over your life is louder than the gossip trying to confuse it. But still, be alert, because the enemy's tactic now is time. If he can't block the portal, he'll try to distract you until it closes. This isn't a war over truth. This is a war over timing. If you miss the window, you may remain in cycles that were meant to end today. That's why this isn't just emotional, it's strategic. The enemy doesn't want your peace. He wants your permission to delay. Don't give it. The next 24 hours will determine everything. That may sound dramatic, but it is divine fact. There are moments on earth when heaven bends near, waiting to see who will step into what was preordained. This is one of those moments. You may feel exhausted. You may feel unsure. But the portal doesn't respond to perfection. It responds to alignment. You are being tested not in your ability, but in your awareness. Can you see what's truly happening beneath the surface? Can you feel the deception behind the distractions? Can you silence the need to respond and instead obey the need to move? This is where many lose their way. Not because they're evil, not because they're weak, but because they think every voice deserves an answer. Heaven says, not this time, not in this hour. Your silence now is a weapon. Your restraint now is sacred. Let the noise increase. Let the accusations build. Let the messages come. But don't look back. Don't look down. Don't pause. Don't explain. This moment is too holy for commentary. The enemy's strategy is simple. If he cannot stop you, he'll try to stall you. Do not give him the satisfaction. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way and keeps the message of divine protection and truth flowing. Type "I will not miss my moment" in the comments if this message pierces your spirit. Blessing code 3030 is now shielding your timeline. Now that the call has gone forth, now that the portal hath been opened and interference has begun to form, what should you do? What must you do in a moment like this, when your name has been called, when your gate is visible only to your spirit and invisible to the rest of the world? The answer is simple. You stay grounded. You remain unmoved by the noise. You don't flinch. You don't explain. You hold your peace like a sword and your silence like a shield. Because in this hour, your greatest power is not in speaking, but in knowing when not to. You've spent years giving explanations, haven't you? You softened your power to make others comfortable. You dulled your vision so no one would feel left behind. You've held yourself back, waiting for the permission of those who did have the authority to release you in the first place. But now the permission has come from heaven. Archangel Michael didn't ask the crowd. He didn't gather consensus. He spoke your name from the high place, and that alone is your confirmation. There is no further dialogue needed. You are already approved. You are already cleared. You are already seen. And the ones who don't understand will simply have to witness it from the outside. This is your moment of divine restraint. It is a sacred discipline to withhold your voice when your name is being mishandled. It is a holy posture to let heaven respond on your behalf. You want to explain the truth. You want to show the full story. But heaven says, do not explain yourself in this season. Your rise is your proof. Your stillness is your strength. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them question. But don't let it move you. Because the one who answers every accusation never gets to cross the gate. Those who defend everything usually delay something. You're not here to argue. You're here to advance. Do not respond to the bait. Do not react to the distractions. They are watching, yes, but your reaction is what they're waiting for. They're not hoping for answers. They are hoping for instability. Don't give them that. Don't show them your anxiety. Show them your anointing. Show them that you've matured past needing to be understood. Let them see that your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. That your absence from their drama is not guilt, it's God. This isn't you walking away from people. This is you walking into your portal. And you cannot carry their opinions where you're going. Let heaven fight for you. Let Archangel Michael swing the sword. Let the spiritual realm handle what the natural cannot fix. This is not your fight to win. This is your gate to walk through. Stay grounded in what was said. Stay rooted in what you heard. Because clarity doesn't come by chasing noise. It comes by standing still in the storm. You're not required to clarify your calling. You're not responsible for calming their suspicions. You are only responsible for following the voice that called you, and that voice came from above. That voice came with a key. That voice opened the gate. Do you feel the calm beginning to rise within you? That is not denial. That is discernment. That is the realization that you are covered. That is the peace that passes understanding. That is the quiet strength that rests on the chosen. Let it anchor you. Let it hold you steady. Because when you refuse to match the chaos around you, you elevate above it. The wind may rise. The rumors may build. The pressure may increase. But you stay steady. You walk like one who has already seen the end. You move like one who knows the gate will remain open forever. You don't run. You don't panic. You walk with quiet fire and holy confidence. Type "My stillness is power" in the comments if you choose peace over reaction. Blessing code 8585 is resting upon your household. The storm is not your end. It is your unveiling. What they thought was the breaking of you was actually the making of you. What they whispered in private, what they speculated in doubt, what they doubted in silence, all of it was fuel for your elevation. And now, heaven says, the shift has begun. You are not who they thought you were. You are not the person who needed validation to believe. You are not the one who required agreement to move. That version of you, the one who over-explained, over-shared, over-apologized, has dissolved in the presence of divine fire. What remains now is who you were always meant to be: bold, silent, focused, powerful, and unstoppable. Do you feel the energy in your bones? The stillness wrapped in authority. That's not just confidence, it's confirmation. Your spirit has caught up with your calling. Your soul has aligned with your scroll. And now the portal that once hovered as potential is becoming your passageway. The gate that shimmered in the distance is becoming the path beneath your feet. You are stepping into it, not with noise but with knowledge, not with performance but with presence. Because true power isn't loud, it's anchored. And you, chosen one, are now anchored in something eternal. They will look for the old version of you, but they won't find it. They will search for the one who responded to petness, who flinched at criticism, who stayed small to keep others comfortable. But you're no longer that person. You are being reintroduced, not with words but with weight. Your presence now carries a frequency that repels what once latched onto you. And don't be surprised when those who once tolerated you now avoid you. Light disrupts darkness. Authority disturbs insecurity. Purpose unsettles comfort. That's why some are backing away. That's why others are acting strange. It's not personal. It's prophetic. You are rising, and they feel it. You are moving, and they can't follow. You are growing, and they can't stop it. Heaven is lifting you, not for applause, not for attention, but for assignment. There are territories waiting for your voice. There are lives waiting for your obedience. There are scrolls being unsealed with your name engraved in golden ink. And all of it is triggered by this moment, this portal, this holy summoning that came when Archangel Michael called your name aloud in the invisible realm. That call wasn't just a declaration. It was a spiritual activation. And now, every force that tried to bind you is watching you rise. Out of the ashes you rise. Out of the silence you speak. Out of the confusion, you walk forward. Eyes clear, heart steady, spirit grounded. You are no longer tied to who you were. You are no longer seeking what was never yours. You are no longer available to energies that drain or distract. You are ascending. And this isn't ambition. It's alignment. This isn't pride. It's prophetic timing. You didn't manufacture this moment. You were chosen for it. Heaven arranged this hour. The divine calendar marked this day. And now, even as you take each step, the ground beneath you is shifting to match the weight of your destiny. Walk with your head lifted. Speak with measured fire. Let your eyes hold the certainty of one who has heard heaven's decree. You are no longer waiting to be seen. You have been marked. You are no longer hoping for favor. You are walking in it. You are no longer explaining your worth. You are embodying it. The shift is real. The portal is open. The fire is yours. And the realm that once ignored you must now adjust to the version of you they never saw coming. If you've been impacted by this word and want to help us continue sharing these divine messages, consider supporting with a super thanks. Your offering of $10, $20, or any amount helps us deliver more prophetic revelations that empower and awaken destinies across the world. Type "I rise through the fire" in the comments if you feel this shift. Blessing code 9191 is crowning your elevation. This is not the end of your story. It is the divine turning point heaven had been orchestrating for years. When Archangel Michael called your name, it wasn't simply to awaken your awareness. It was to activate a new reality, one that had been waiting in stasis, sealed behind spiritual timing, until now. That portal didn't just open so you could feel goosebumps. It opened to introduce you to the version of your life that was written long before opposition tried to reroute you. The resistance you faced was never proof of failure. It was proof of the weight of your calling. And now that the veil has lifted, now that the shift has occurred, a transformation is unfolding that not even you fully comprehend yet. You're standing at the edge of a new dimension, one where past limitations no longer apply, where familiar cycles begin to fall away, where pain loses its grip and clarity begins to rise like dawn over darkness. Something sacred is being delivered to you. Resolution. The tormenting questions are being answered. The inner battles are being subdued. The cries you lifted in private are echoing back with answers soaked in grace. This is not the kind of resolution that comes from people finally apologizing or circumstances being explained. No, this is divine closure, delivered by the hand of God Himself. It is the kind that doesn't require permission. The kind that doesn't beg for understanding. The kind that says, "Peace, be still," and suddenly, your soul exhales for the first time in years. Someone is coming forward with the truth. Someone who denied your name in public will now speak it in reverence. Someone who dismissed your light will confess that they felt it, feared it, and couldn't stop it. The truth that's been buried under the rubble of envy and confusion is being resurrected, not by your effort, but by divine order. That's what happens when heaven declares resolution. Lies collapse. Masks fall. The hidden is revealed, and the righteous are vindicated, not in anger, but in authority. You will not need to defend yourself. The truth is coming, and it carries the breath of heaven behind it. But this is more than closure. It's transformation. You are not merely ending one chapter. You are becoming someone new. The kind of person who walks with the wisdom of pain but no longer carries the weight of it. The kind of person who remembers the betrayal but is no longer owned by it. The kind of person who feels the shift in the atmosphere before it's even visible, because now your spirit leads, not your fear. You are not stepping into the future blind. You are stepping in with a sword of discernment, a shield of stillness, and a heart wrapped in heavenly fire. Your steps are no longer tentative, they are targeted. Your prayers are no longer desperate. They are declarative. You don't hope anymore, you know. The blessing is forming even now. Even as you read this, angelic assignments are moving into position. The right opportunities are aligning. The divine appointments are shifting in your direction. Doors that once resisted are now yielding, not because of who you are, but because of what was said about you in heaven. This is the final test before your elevation, and you are passing it, not by performance, but by posture. You remained faithful when it was hard. You kept moving when everything around you screamed for you to stop. And now, the reward is being released. Not as a bribe, not as a prize, but as proof that heaven never forgot your name. You've crossed into something holy. Your story is no longer unfolding by accident. You've entered divine design, and everything attached to you must now align with it. You are no longer asking for breakthroughs, you are walking in them. You are no longer seeking favor, it's seeking you. This is transformation. This is transcendence. This is testimony in motion. And it began when the portal opened, when Archangel Michael spoke, when you said yes to the unseen. It will not end here. It will not be reversed. It is done. It is sealed. Type "My breakthrough is sealed" in the comments if you receive this transformation. Blessing code 6262 is now unlocking heaven's reward in your life. Now the moment is here. The message has been delivered. The portal had been opened. Archangel Michael has spoken your name. The divine realm has paused, watching to see what you will do. Will you scroll past this and forget what you've just felt? Or will you respond, not with casual interest, but with spiritual agreement? Because this is not just another message. This is a divine summons. Your response is not for algorithmic engagement. It is a signal to the heavens. When you type, when you declare, when you affirm, you do more than acknowledge, you activate. The spiritual realm responds to alignment, not emotion, not delay, not indecision. And right now, you are standing in a thin place, a supernatural intersection where time bends, where outcomes change, where prayers become portals. Heaven is waiting. The angels are standing by. And Archangel Michael is watching closely, not because he doubts you, but because he knows that your voice carries weight. When you type, when you declare, when you align, you give heaven the legal right to move further on your behalf. You step beyond belief and into manifestation. You cross from hearing into holding. Type "I receive this" if the message pierced you. Type "I am chosen" if the call feels personal. Type "I will not miss my moment" if something in your spirit refuses to go back to the way things were. These words aren't just expressions. They are weapons. They are contracts in the spirit. They are signatures at the bottom of scrolls being unrolled in heaven right now. Your name is already glowing. Your identity is already known. But your action in this moment reveals your awareness. Let heaven know. You heard the call, and you are ready. And don't keep this moment to yourself. Speak this over others. Share the message. Bless those who are still asleep, still doubting, still stuck. Be the one who activates awakening in someone else's spirit. You weren't just called to rise, you were called to resound. You are a carrier of this frequency now. You are the echo of the angel's voice. You are the one who will stand in the gap for those not yet strong enough to believe for themselves. Say it aloud. Say it boldly. Say it as if heaven is listening, because it is. If this message touched your soul, and you feel moved to support the mission of sharing divine truth, consider giving a super thanks. Your gift of $5, $10, or $20 helps us continue to reach people with powerful, spirit-breathed messages just like this one. Your support makes a difference, eternally. And now, beloved one, breathe deep. Let it settle in. Let the confirmation become your compass. You are not confused. You are not imagining this. You are not lost. You are remembering. You are realigning. You are returning to the place heaven always marked for you. You are not late. You are right on time. The gate is still open. The voice is still echoing. The light is still flickering. But soon, it will close. And when it does, may it close with you on the other side, ready, aligned, awakened. You are not a victim. You are not forgotten. You are not ordinary. You are the fulfillment of prophecy. You are the one whose name was spoken when the sky split open. You are the one whose light heaven refused to let dim. You are the one who will not be silenced, delayed, or deceived. You are the one who walks through fire and emerges refined. You are the one who walks through portals that others cannot see. You are the revelation. You are the reminder. You are the return. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them wait. You rise. You answer the call. You step into the unseen. You shift the atmosphere by simply showing up. You are the portal. You are the proof. You are the prophecy in motion. Now go. Step forward. Speak your yes. Align your life. Move as one who knows that heaven has already said amen. Type "the portal is mine" in the comments if this entire message was for you. Blessing code 0000 has sealed you elevation.